your experiences, like what considered to be a good story, what considered to be a personality, kind of like a personality outstanding story. Let's starting from Clint. I know Clint, you had experience working back to China, right? And also you have so many experiences working with Asian students. So I kind of like want to know your perspective regarding the Asian students and other non-Asian students, on the Common App, like the essay part.
Right.
Because when I work with the students from the different background, I do see a lot of differences. And I know there's like a common challenges. Okay, would you like to share?
Yeah, I think this is a really fun process, and I love working with students on this because you can help you find their first finding ambitious goals. And I think it's so great to be able to talk about your goals in life and work out your goals with somebody in an ambitious way. And in this setting, the more ambitious your goals are, the better. So we want to work together and make the most ambitious goals possible, and that can be really fun. The second thing I think is very important is finding different ways to connect different aspects of your background. And I think this is also really fun for my students because there's a lot of stuff that they just didn't realize. They just didn't realize that there was something cool, that they didn't realize that this aspect of their background was cool, especially if you combine it with this aspect and you combine this with this and take a new view of your STEM studies based on your ballerina lifestyle. If students can think of different ways to combine their backgrounds, not only is it fun for the students and they think of a whole new way to think of themselves, but it helps them find new goals and it helps them make themselves much more memorable when they tell their stories.
Okay. Uh, Dr. Greblich?
Yeah, sure. I fully want to agree, and I'll add a few things to that. And that is the first one. I've heard admissions officers say this too, and I've had the same experience that the difference between whether an essay, as great as the content is, gets read in depth or not might be the very first few words, the introductory hook. And so that's not the kind of thing to worry about until the very end. But that's why if you begin an essay saying, I've always wanted to go to X school because, that particular piece of writing won't stand out. Begin with something that's going to right away catch their attention. I don't want to give away too much there. I will use an example of a student recently, and she had a lot of great things to talk about based on her experience in exploring and investigating a specific aspect of medicine. She had a lot of details to write about the school she was applying to and about her career goals. But this one little essay in which she wrote about how she was a pluviophile, she loved rain. And she used that as a hook for one of the school specific essays. Believe me, when she talked to people at the school, they said, "Oh, you're the pluviophile." That's how she stood out. And sometimes, as Clint's been saying too, combine, show that you're a multidimensional person. If you are someone who is more so going into a medical background, show that you've got other things that you're interested in and have done in your life. And that's one thing that's going to make you impress the school and let them know they're going to benefit from you. The students will benefit from you, and you, as an alum of that school, will be a benefit for decades and decades to come.
Thank you. That's a very good saying. So Amy, would you like to share a little bit about like the challenges, on the essay part?
Yeah, I think I completely agree with what Clint and Tony said, right? It's finding everyone has a unique story, right? It's just, I think people's definition of unique may be a bit too narrow, right? It doesn't have to mean like you had this like life-changing event, like you won the Olympics at 15, which people may not do. It's just you need to find what your unique voice is and to express it. In terms of challenges, I can say just one mistake I find students making that I will share is I talked about achievements. Another thing is sometimes students want to write the transformative change story, whereas I experienced adversity and then I changed this way. One advice is just simply to not focus too much on the adversity part, right? Don't never be negative within an essay. You want to again focus on what you learned, right? I think that's just the best thing to focus, be self-reflective within the essay, show that you have like some level of self-awareness and maturity, that you're able to talk about yourself as a person, like a fully realized human being, multidimensional, as we've been saying.